2 months from now, a martial arts competition will be taking place. It's a dark tournament, organized by greedy human crime lords and drawing on the most vile demons of the spirit world. Each criminal gathers a team of 5 fighters, and the teams battle to the death. Humans enter for gambling and entertainment. Demons fight for blood and the chance to win the prize.
Hello everyone, this is Poohead189, and today we're going to be talking about the Dark Tournament in Yoshihiro Togashi's breakout series, Yu Yu Hakusho. Were it not for Dragon Ball, Yu Yu Hakusho would easily be my favorite anime and manga, and today it will be a delight discussing it. Now, while all of Yu Yu Hakusho is awesome, most people believe the Dark Tournament saga is the best of the 4 sagas, and at the very center of this arc is, you guessed it, the Dark Tournament itself. So, the Dark Tournament, in a nutshell, is a highly illegal, yet tolerated tournament for demons who specifically reside in the human world, to fight and kill one another for the entertainment of other demons, and the human oligarchs that fund and created the tournament. Now, these humans are, during the time of the series, part of the Black Club, which are a group of wealthy billionaire and trillionaires who have made dark pacts with the demon world to gain what power they have, and they have grown so bored with daily, mundane life that they spend their vast wealth on blood sports and other entertainment. They are just as remorseless and bloodthirsty as the demons who fight in the tournament, but they prefer ordering and or watching the violence than being an active participant. The members of the Black Club are both a part of the committee, and also the representatives of the various teams of demons. Now, this isn't a hard rule. While the majority of the Black Club represents the teams, Team Ichigaki is represented by Dr. Ichigaki himself, who is a demon who likely has some wealth of his own. And of course, during the series, Koenma represents Team Urameshi, with our main characters. This, of course, brings me to 2 points. Firstly, though it is not a requirement for each tournament, whenever a human or humans are too involved in the affairs of demons, they are quote-unquote invited to join the tournament as a guest team. That is the first point. The second point is back when I said the tournament is highly illegal, yet tolerated. You see, the spirit world has a loose hegemony over both Earth and the demon world, at least to a point. It seems as if the presence of any demon in the human world is, in and of itself, illegal by the law of spirit world. That's one reason why there's a barrier between the worlds. Yet spirit world also doesn't have the manpower to keep it that way across the board, and the barrier can't keep all demons out. So Spirit World's goal is to mitigate the most dangerous demons, which is one reason why there is a spirit detective. However, even then they can't get them all. So while the Dark Tournament is technically illegal, and Spirit World does technically have the ability to raid it and shut it down, they don't, because it's a good way to sate the demon's bloodlust, and it's a good outlet for the wealthy humans to spend their money and use their dark pacts, rather than for something far worse, like that would harm the various human nations on Earth. Koenma says as much when he shows up for the tournament. Introduced in chapter 51 of the original manga, and also around episode 26 or 27 in the anime, the Dark Tournament is hosted in a large stadium with a huge ring, and there is an even larger, more eldritch stadium across the island used for the semi-finals and the finals. The tournament consists of 16 teams, each with 5 fighters per team, and 1 alternate fighter to replace someone who is either dead or wounded. And yes, that is right. Unlike the typical Dragon Ball tournament, where weapons and killing are not allowed, in the Dark Tournament, killing is encouraged. In fact, the rules of the tournament are made so killing your opponent is usually the easiest way to win. There are 4 ways to lose, let's say, a match in the Dark Tournament. First, you get knocked out and stay down after a 10 count. Second, you get knocked out of the ring and stay out of the ring after a 10 count, so it's actually rather hard to lose that way. Third is, of course, to get killed. And the fourth is to forfeit, though that's usually a risky proposition because then you'd made your whole team, and not to mention an entire stadium of demons, angry. Typically, if you join the Dark Tournament, you're in it for the long haul. Not only does the guest team have to compete or be killed, but even if you aren't a part of the guest team, if you have people on your team who signed up but don't show up, they will send assassins after them. We can glean this information because the boatman who transports the last team to the island never specifies the assassins will only go after the guest team, and acts like it is a normal occurrence for deserters. And of course, the boat itself is a preliminary round, as there are a multitude of teams going to the island for slot 16, and only one can make it there to compete. This also brings me to something everyone should know about the Dark Tournament. As long as you don't advertise it, no one cares if you break the rules to commit more violence. Just don't get caught, or they'll be sure to kill you and add even more violence to the spectacle. The committee is not above cheating either. The entire affair is about as corrupt as your average senator, which says a lot. They will use politician speak and technicalities to bend and break the rules as if they never existed to get their favorite outcome. Also, I need to point out that we do not know if the boat, going back to the boat, is the only way to get to the island, or if it was simply the way Team Urameshi used. It's possible a lot of demon teams are transported by their wealthy patron, as when there is a transition between the first stadium and the second, larger stadium, large helicopters that are meant for more than just a few passengers are seen flying over. Now, on the day of the tournament, there's a huge ceremony and a listing of rules, something the guest team does not have to attend. According to Rinku, it's pretty boring, but then again he also seems like someone who is easily bored. When the tournament finally begins, generally the matches go on all day. In fact, in the manga, it appears as if the entire Dark Tournament occurs within 3 days or less. This goes against the anime that makes it seem slightly more drawn out and showing the characters in their hotel rooms and outside of the tourney a bit more, with more night cycles, I believe. So in the anime, it seems like it lasts a few weeks instead of just a few days. Now, since the rules tend to be fairly lax, teams are able to talk out terms. As I said, any weapons are allowed, and they can fight one-on-one or in a battle royale, or one competitor can even fight multiple opponents if both teams consent. It's unknown where most of the demons sleep or rest, but Team Urameshi, being a predominantly human team, are allowed to stay in the hotel, as I stated, where most of the wealthy reside. It seems like a kindness, but it's mostly for the rich to get a good look at the guest team so they can get to see them before they are inevitably slaughtered. Plus, they would likely get killed before the matches even started if they stayed where most of the demons resided. I should also note that in the unlikely event that a competitor is wounded and not killed, there are medical facilities and physicians provided by the tournament staff, likely as an incentive for demons so they don't think they'll end up crippled. As for the fighters of the tournament, it seems to be a contest of demons with their strength in the middle class, at least as far as Spirit World judges demon strengths. The reasons are pretty simple. Firstly, demons can range from being as smart as a human to as smart as a wild animal. Now, demons, even if they're about as smart as a human, tend to be pretty confident in their abilities, especially demons on Earth, because they have such an easy time preying on humans and maybe beating up some small demons, so they believe they're stronger than everyone. E and D class demons, however, either know they are not powerful enough for the tournament, or get killed extremely quickly in the preliminaries. This means that typically, C-class demons and B-class demons are the competitors. The barrier between the human world and the demon world prevent any upper B-class demons and above from passing through. Even the Toguro brothers would be too strong now to go through the barrier to the demon world, even if they wanted to. On the one hand, this is a good thing because it means demons with the power of gods are not able to come to Earth, but on the other hand, this still means that there are no small amount of demons who can destroy entire cities, maybe even countries, just walking around on Earth, devouring humans left and right. Many demons like Ziru masquerade as humans and commit violence and cruel acts. Now, while the committee makes most of the big decisions, as we all know, they hired 2 very pretty demon girls, Koto and Juri respectively, to host the tournament, announce matches, and give calls on rulings. Unless contradicted by the committee, the rulings are taken as official. As you all likely know, Koto is the fox demon, some say cat demon, who has a particular enjoyment of bloodshed and a love of the sport, whereas Juri is an aquatic demon and she's more of a showgirl who treats it like a job she's got to do for the grind. Now, we don't know exactly how long this tournament has been going on, but we do know it's been over 50 years, as the tournament Toguro first fought in was 50 years ago, and I do not recall anyone ever mentioning it being the first. And of course, finally, there is the big prize. Even though most people go for the violence, at the end of the tournament, the winning team gets to make a wish for whatever they want. The manga doesn't go too deep into detail on if everyone gets a wish on the team, or the team gets just one as a whole. But it appears as if the team gets one wish as a whole, as you might imagine from the 2 times in the series they show the wishes getting granted. The wish is likely traditionally made by the committee's unlimited money or dark pacts, of course. However, it appears that if the committee can't, Spirit World seems to foot the bill, at least in special cases. Anyway, that seems to be everything we have today on the Dark Tournament. Truly one of the coolest parts of Yu Yu Hakusho, and honestly a saga everyone should watch or read. If you think I deserve it, please like and comment. Sharing and subscribing would be cool. And of course, the Discord, my social media, and the Patreon is in the description below. Again, only if you think I deserve it. I'll also put the links to my other Yu Yu Hakusho info videos below for you to check out as well. Okay everyone, have a great one. See ya!